all of a sudden, like it became braidable and like someone could climb it.
Well, it looks amazing. You do look like Rapunzel. And I kind of like the idea of you taking a break and resting and doing nothing but sitting in a tower and growing out your hair for a little
Me
while.
too. Maybe that's like a deep-seated fantasy. It just came out. I like it. I'm feeling like this is such a exciting time in my life. Obviously, not obviously, but I've never done this before. I I'm running a business at the same time, which is great because I work from home. It's very spacious. I have a lot of freedom. And with that, I think, it was a big reason why I wanted to start the business from home way back when, because I knew that eventually it would be easier to bring babies into this world and have time. And also, it's a business. So money needs to come in, there needs to be sort of some structure. And I think this news has lit a fire under my ass, for lack of a better term, to really roll that into, okay, what is the most profitable, abundant, like structure for everything, as I take care of myself, as I rest as needed, and, go through the process of growing a human.
I've been so honored to be on this journey with you. I know how much work you've done. I know how much communication you've done and clearing and healing you've done to be ready. And the timing is just so, so, so divine. And Spirit is saying that this, because you're so prepared for it, this experience is expanding your capacity to receive more. There is a download coming through. This is not a past life. This is something in a parallel life. You and your husband are there, and
Mhm.
it kind of looks like the 1200s is what it looks like. But it's in this parallel life. I'm seeing you. You've had your first child. The baby is in a cradle, that, and you're just like cooing over this baby. This is a fairy child. This is a child that you're very aware has these frequencies as a part of this lineage. It feels like something happened while you were pregnant. You had some kind of experience where these beings, these elemental beings, came to you and like told you this is a very special child. This is a child that has access to these other realms. This child is a gift to you, but this child also chose you. This is an opportunity for you. This child is a bridge for you to work with us and to work with the elements of nature even more closely. And you were so excited, and in this time space reality, it was a very special thing. It was a unique thing, but not an unheard of thing. It wasn't something that you were like, that's crazy. You just really accepted it, and you felt very honored to receive the presence of this particular child. You knew this child was yours and also not yours from a very young age, which we know is one of the most challenging parts of being a parent, right?
Yeah, totally. So true.
There is no perceived wound here. The child that I'm seeing in this particular lifetime is not the child that's coming in,
Okay.
but this child also has connections to the fairy realm. Uh, and so there's a little bit of a connection here with the Rapunzel fantasy that we were talking about, fairy tales, right? My mom was telling me when we were just on this Mexico retreat together that when I was a baby and I used to just kind of stare off into space, and my grandfather, who was a part of this channeling group, would say, "Oh, she's receiving downloads." And I said, "Did he literally use the word downloads? Because that's what I say." And she said, "Yeah, he did." And what's coming through is that you're gonna see your baby sometime, and you're just gonna know that they're communicating with other realms and beings. Part of your work with this child is to foster independence with them, from a very young age. They're going to want to be independent. They're going to want to do things on their own, which we know many children do. But your child, particularly from a very young age, is going to be like, I got it. I'm good. And you're going to be like, okay, are you sure you don't want me to help you make dinner? And they're like, no, I'm going to make, chicken cordon bleu tonight. It's fine. You're gonna be like, you're 7. What's going on? There is a call for you, and this pregnancy, motherhood, and this particular child is helping you to connect more deeply with the earth and the elements of earth. And however you would like to incorporate that into your practice, into your rituals, there is something really beautiful unfolding here, and particularly right now, the element of earth, the element of earth. And as it is getting warmer in New York, being able to get outside in your bare feet, they're saying, is really, really wonderful. And do you have a grounding mat or a grounding cord?
No, I don't.
Something to look into. I'm not aware of any counter effects or concerns if you are pregnant, but just something to look into.
Okay.
It may be something you look into afterwards when it is colder outside and you can't get outside as much. They're saying that that would be something really great for you and also the child to have access to. And there is really an acknowledgement and a celebration of how far you have come in your relationship with your mother.
Mm.
Mhm. And that there's not any more conscious work for you to do around it. You've done the hard stuff, and this next level is just going to happen very naturally with the presence of this child coming into the world.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense because it feels like I have much more compassion for her, whereas that was missing before. It was something that consciously I knew needed to be there, but I couldn't really get myself there. And I think even just going through early stages of pregnancy, you're like, oh, this is a lot. Like, I can see how it changes your body chemistry and your brain chemistry. And I can see how things got off the rails
Yeah.
from an earlier time frame, Again, organically, it's just happening, which is it feels better, than the alternative has
Mm-hmm.
felt, I guess, you know, harboring anything. And I haven't harbored much, but I feel like it was still not fully at level of compassion and forgiveness, maybe till
Mm-hmm.
recently.
Mm-hmm. I'm hearing that your DNA is healing.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And not just present life stuff, but the past life stuff that you don't need to see,
Mhm.
past life stuff where you have been a mother and done your best, but not to clearly what you have access to now,
Mhm.
as well as other relationships with mothers and mother figures. It's just being cleansed by you stepping into this role of the enlightened mother archetype. Mm-hmm.
I feel that.
And sometimes in my sessions, sometimes specific strands of DNA come through that we're doing clearing for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're saying the 5th strand, whatever that is. And that clearing is happening, and we are so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And they're saying, okay, so there's something around ease that's coming through. And as the ease continues to build momentum, you don't have to doubt it. Just go with it and trust it. They really want you to trust it. Mm-hmm. And it can't be said enough. You've done the work. You've done the work. Mm-hmm. They're saying to take care of your shoulders and like your shoulder health. So, yeah, just make sure you're doing some shoulder rotations or stretching, like upper back opening, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like to you. And that's going to help to also support the heart, support the spine, and just to allow you to be in a space to receive even more. In your intention, you mentioned the word grace.
Mhm.
Um, mhm, mm, and there is another download coming through. Mm, this is a parallel life experience, and you are alone, sitting on a cliff overlooking a beautiful natural scene. Looks like a lot of pinks, mountains, trees. It's beautiful. And you are pregnant in this experience. And what I'm seeing is that uh, there was in this experience an immaculate conception, which it's so interesting as we return to these stories of the Bible with a deeper perspective. For so many of us, the first thought is like, come on, Mary got knocked up. But then from there, the next space is, when you're an ascended master, that's possible
Mm.
because it's energy and it's an expansion of energy. And we know that Jesus, and it was unique, but again, not unheard of at that time. We
Mhm.
know that Mary Magdalene was conceived this way. Of course, Jesus, John the Baptist, Mother Mary herself was conceived this way. It is a reception of the divine in a way that only those who inhabit the biological bodies of women are able to do. It's one of the most sacred, holy, energetic processes a person could experience. Co-creation at its best. And in this experience, what I'm seeing as you're sitting on this cliff is that you had been sitting there a very long time, weeks. And the pregnancy happened in the course of this time, and the baby was developing rapidly. Again, you were in a different dimension, so who knows, but because of your connection with source, the baby was growing and being nourished, and you were receiving everything that you needed just from energy. You were a very high level master in this experience, and you're transcendent, you're radiant, you're glowing, you're so happy. There's so much joy here and so much empowerment and trust. It's beautiful. You may even want to be open to a painting or a picture coming to you that inspires this past life for you, to remind you what you're capable of, what your relationship with the universe is, remembering this transcendent experience, this connection to this child. And spirit is saying that it was this baby that's coming back.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. You may already know this, but I think you will be able to communicate telepathically with this child.
Yeah.
And looking into, if you haven't already started thinking about this or seen people, but like sign language with them so they can
Okay.
communicate with you from a very young age, even
Cool.
before they start speaking. Is there anything? So we are activating this memory, this experience, these frequencies for you. We are so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Is it okay if we do some clearing specifically for baby?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Baby is a crystal child.
Okay.
Mhm. Which means, we've had since about, there's always been indigo children, and these are terms that come from Doreen Virtue. But really, in like late 70s, early 80s, the indigo children started picking up speed. And the indigo children came here to break down the systems and question authority. They generally had a lot of struggles because they had a lot of past life stuff. You're an indigo child. I'm an indigo
Yeah.
child.
That resonates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And our job has been to pave the way for the crystal children and the rainbow
Cool.
children. And they don't have as much baggage to work through.
Praise be.
Yeah. Yeah. But they still have stuff.
Okay.
And your child, not surprisingly, is this true and accurate information? Will have some group stuff. May
Okay.
have some issues. But I also think that you're going to continue to do this clearing. So I think by the time they come, it's going to be fine. This
Okay.
child has already done so much healing in so many other dimensions, that this is really already like fine tuning. This is already fine tuning.
Okay.
But it's coming through. There have been traumas with bullying in other lifetimes. Mm, that we are able to do some clearing around. And often how this works, not that this is present, but sometimes, this comes through, is at least one lifetime where they were the bully. And not that those frequencies are remaining at all, but some feelings around I've deserved that, what came afterwards, that we're just going to release it all for them. And we are so grateful.
Okay.
We are so grateful allowing this, any subconscious beliefs to be cleared and released and surrendered to source. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
She keeps sending me dolphins. Like
Mm,
it's like a dolphin energy, and it's like this cute little sign of like I'll sit in lay in acupuncture, and I actually think she's doing it to also communicate like I see everything that's going on, because I'll get done with acupuncture. Well, this happened once, and I'm like, yeah, like my spirit baby was just sending me like dolphins, and we were kind of giggling about dolphins. And my acupuncturist goes, let me show you my screen on my phone. And it's a picture of a dolphin. And I'm like, okay, so cute. It's just like this little, like, yeah, I'm magical. I'm seeing everything that's going on kind of thing, like little nods. It's like cute
mhm.
little cheeky, like how a dolphin would operate, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cute.
100%. You have been dolphins together.
Sweet cuties.
Mhm. On Sirius. Water planet. Mm, mm, that has dolphins and mer people and whales. She has been a dolphin other times, including on Earth. And there's, yes, a very playful energy in in the way that you see like the Dalai Lama be playful.
Hmm.
And I'm reading this, a book, from about Yogananda, that his
Mm,
assistant wrote about his sense of humor and all the stories he used to share.
yeah.
It's this very, yeah, very wise humor and sense of play. Would that be
Though,
right?
like deeply. Yeah. She's very much like getting me to sing and like play, fun songs. Like just it's cute. Like it's very like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
light.
hmm In she is holding space for your inner child
Yeah.
to be expressed in new ways, in the ways that she has actually been desiring to be expressed.
Yeah. That makes so much sense.
Yeah. There's a couple things that want to come through around business, and they're just saying opportunities are coming. You don't have to do anything. You just
Okay.
they're saying take care of your body. That's the number one thing. Continue to set those realistic goals for yourself just within your day with what your body needs. But they're saying don't worry about it. Like the opportunities are finding you. And you can continue to say that to yourself and meditate on that. But it's set at this point. Because the work that you're doing is very important and helpful, and we need enlightened entrepreneurs, and people are seeking freedom, and that you're, of course, we know you're not just helping people with business, you're helping people with their soul.
Right.
You're helping people
Yeah.
to find freedom and joy, and to work with you're helping people to align with what spirit gave them, and helping them to discover and align with their unique blueprints for joy and abundance. They're saying that laser-like focus, your ability to see that deeply within people, using different tools, is something you've done in a lot of other lifetimes.
Yeah. That feels right. Cause it feels like a very easy practiced skill, but I'm like, yeah, I did it in this lifetime too, but it just feels like so I can cut through the noise very quickly. And often that's somebody's mental noise of what they're bringing to the table, all the reasons why they can't
Mm-hmm.
or why they're blocked, right? And it's like, no, that's not true at all,
Yeah.
So this feels, yeah, it feels like a huge opportunity to trust in the divine timing of everything obviously going on with growing our family, but just that obviously I'll be able to handle it and be taken care of. I really just feel that, like, of course, I don't need to over engineer or mentally run the gymnastics because I don't have the energy for it, to be quite honest. Like, it's just
Mm-hmm.
out of necessity now
Mm-hmm.
that I can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That awareness of your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical needs is going to continue to be the most important thing, because
Yeah.
you know on such a deep level, if I'm not nourished, I can't show up for my kid, I can't show up for my partner, I can't show up for my clients, for my friends. And so they just really want to emphasize, don't ever be afraid to set those boundaries. Even if it seems like you're turning down an opportunity because it just feels like too much on your plate, there'll be another one.
Mm,
There'll be another one.
yeah, that's helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the last thing that's coming through, they're also saying Diana is coming through. I don't know
Mm,
if you've worked with her at all.
no.
Um, Goddess of the moon. I believe also goddess of the hunt. Mm, she doesn't come through super often for me, but every once in a while she does. So just see if her presence resonates. It feels like for the duration of your pregnancy, she is an energy to call in. Hmm. Anything coming up for you? Any last questions or anything coming up for you?
Well, the crescent moon was calling me last night like crazy, and I just wonder if that's connected to Diana. So, and
Yes.
if it's goddess of the hunt, it's like the crescent I feel like might be her symbol, almost like a horn. So I'm just gonna like
Mm,
look that up.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Diana. any guidance on like names? I think we will figure that out, but like anything that the baby wants to communicate on that like front.
Mm. Well, I know you already have a grace in your life, but as soon as I said
Oh,
that word, I was like, ooh. But you can use
no.
that also as a starting off point.
Okay.
But it like probably a word that is a noun.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Hmm. There might be something to do with a plant, something that's connected to a plant, not a flower particular, like maybe a tree. That's what they're saying.
Mm,
The name of a tree may come to you.
cute.
Mm, mm. And it may be kind of last minute.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll put it on. Well, early front runners are not hitting that, which makes sense because they feel like a little um like, oh, that'd be cute, but it doesn't feel like it's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. There also may be an inspiration in the fairy realm.
Hmm,
And that Diana may also help guide you there.
cool.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Aw, this has been so helpful and really affirming in so many ways. So I just really appreciate it. I feel like it has been easy. And so typically when things are easy, especially for the indigo, the nature of my previous, experience on this planet, sometimes the easier things are. I don't feel that way right now, but I tended to in the past. If things feel really easy, then like there must be something else I'm not considering or I'm not seeing. Or what way can I make this harder for myself?
Yeah.
Self awareness. But it doesn't feel like that now. It feels like just very like flower patch to flower patch living, which feels nice.
Good. Good.
Mhm.
You deserve it and you've created it.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
you're going to teach your child how to create that too.
Mm. Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah. Really beautiful. Mm. What joy. I'm just so, so happy for you. So happy for you all. You are the spiritual family unit that more and more people are stepping into. And you're going to model that and demonstrate it for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
What's so cool is that how many times I've lived with Leszek. It's so many different I feel like he comes up in every session, like in all these different dimensions and stuff. I'm like, oh gosh. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Connection is very deep,
Mhm.
very deep. Hmm.
And parenthood feels like a real like fulfillment of our like not like that's the end of it, but just like a big duty, a big contract point. You know what I mean? And with our souls.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Very big yes with that. Yay.
thank you.
Nothing else for today. This healing is complete. We are so immensely grateful. Love you so much.
Love you so much. Thank you, Faith. This was amazing.
So grateful.
Really
Mwah.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll talk
We'll
to you
talk
soon.
soon.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye.